Hi, this is Kate. Welcome to In the Studio with Kate, my weekly series where I talk about what's going on in my art room. This past week, I did some work in 12T again. 12T is the year-long color exploration course that I've been taking with Mixie Gregory. And let me grab the journal here that we worked on. I showed this a little bit before when I was playing with her wing. And so I redid her other wing, and I think she sort of looks a whole lot better. I haven't decided if I should put in some feathers or just make it just like one solid wing, but I should probably revisit that at a later date to see what I do want to do. I've already showed this picture. So and the next two pages are also from 12D. It's for the color orange. Okay, I think I showed this last week. I'm pretty sure I showed this one last week. I don't remember, but I think I did. But the two pages after that, I did not. They were just backgrounds, and so I just added this woman in the orange dress. And then the words say, "Why settle for less when you know you deserve so much more?" I really like that quote. And this one just became very simple. I did both of those backgrounds with stencils. And I just decided to put this little, this actually was a index card. I did the index card a day challenge a few years ago, and this is one of the cards I had made. And sometimes we just need to sit back and listen. So just that simple word on there with the image of the Buddha, I really liked it. Kind of simple, but very profound at the same time. So I really liked how those two pages came out. So that's all I did for 12D this time. Let's see if I can get that journal out of the way and pull another one out. 21 Secrets came out, which is something I always like to take to support my mentor, Connie Solera. And she did a little course in 21 Secrets. This time it's called Tell Your Story. It's full of wonderful artists doing wonderful courses, but her course was on flow and disrupt. And what ends up happening with that, you do a whole bunch when everything seems to be flowing, and you throw something in there that just kind of messes it all up, and it gives you new opportunities of where to go differently. So this is the two-page spread I did for flow and disrupt. So, there's this basically lady and all sorts of marks and imagery. I really liked giving her a fat belly, so she was lots of fun to do. In this case, I actually had to disrupt it twice, because when I disrupted, I did pretty much a little bit further into the process than I should have. And it really looked, I did it on the page where the woman isn't, and it just didn't look good at all. So I disrupted it again with some more color. The next thing I'm going to show you is something I'm going to probably be blogging about with a lot more detail, but it'll give me something else to show today. I started doing this little journal exercise with a woman named Jen Morris, who's from New Zealand, and she sent out this booklet on journaling prompts for every day of the year. I got on it at the end, but I have, all the materials she's giving away free on her website. So anyways, the prompt was about faith moving mountains. That was sort of the prompt. It's just like, what kind of faith do you have in yourself and your abilities, so on and so forth. What's holding you back? Is it like a mountain? And if you just had, faith in yourself, you could overcome any of those obstacles. So that really spoke to me. I did some journaling in my regular writing journal about it, but then I decided that, I need to put this in imagery. I need to work in an art journal about it. So this is the two-page spread that I made. So there's my mountains that I can't get behind, and it's kind of stormy sky. And then on this side, I've broken through the mountains. There's all the rocks coming out of it, and the fence has been broken down. The sky's clear, and there's something hitting hidden on the other side of that tunnel. So it's got a little mystery to it. And then I just stamped with some alphabet stamps what that prompt was, that faith can move mountains. And this was really a whole lot of fun to paint. I spent several days on it, you know, in bits and, you know, little spurts, and then it just kind of came together. The tunnel evolved a couple of different ways because I didn't know what it should look like on the other side, but in most cases, tunnels through mountains, you don't see anything. It's pretty dark, but sometimes you can see right at the end. So I did that all with heavy body acrylics after gessoing the paper, and it was really quite fun to spend some time with that idea. I really like the idea of taking something that you have written about in your journal and then turning it into a piece of art. That's the first time I've really have done that, and so I think I'm going to do that. I'd like to do that a lot more. I have one other page that I've been working on. There's not much to show, but I'll close off by showing you this. It was just a lot. It was some red rosin paper and a lot of textured paper, and I couldn't figure out what to do with it. And so I've really done a lot of maroons and purples over the page to make this background. Not sure what I'll be doing next, but probably next week we'll have something to share on the next step of that. I always do like to share the process of things, so you can see, like, when an artist is working on something, it just doesn't instantly come out. Sometimes there's a long process, actually, of how you get from an idea to actually a finished work of art. So that's about all I have this week. I hope you're out there creating wonderful things yourself in your own studios, and if you are, I'd love to hear about it. Just leave me a comment or share your information in the comments. Would be great. So until next week, I will hopefully be working in my studio, creating some wonderful things, moving forward on some paintings, I hope. I've been really busy this week with other obligations, so there hasn't been too much time for that. But I'm looking hopeful that that will happen next week. So stay tuned, and we will see you then. Bye.